They have now seen that nothing can stop Biafran actualization. Can't you get no chinke do mama ka chinchiri? Yesterday, I do go get do. You see, one thing is very, very important in every message that we share. Very, very important message that so many people do not realize on time. And by so doing, they have now seen that the withdrawal of the third country and joining the fourth nation to fight for the restoration and the peaceful redemption of Biafra is now happening before their very eyes. We must put ourselves together to understand one of the biggest and one of the most important messages of life. And this very message is that Biafra must be actualized. Let me put it like this. You see, a lot of people have made several mistakes in the past, and of course Nnamdi Kanu has insisted that Biafra must happen in our generation. That means this time it's not going to be 100 years later, it's not going to be 200 years later, it's not going to be 400 years, it's going to happen in our time, in the next few months, in the next few years. That's what we're talking about. They are now saying that it's no longer a joke. It's no longer a joke. For those of them who called it a joke are now saying that indeed we are moving with more expectations, and restorations will be made whether they like it or not. This is part of the game, and permit me to safely say that we are now in that circle where each and every one of us must understand the game that is played. It doesn't matter how fast they are. But do you know what matters more? Is that Biafrans is already ahead of them. Now let's put this thing together. When the third country left the United States of America, there was a decision they made, and that decision took them to the final points order. Where that decision made them to stand is something they weren't expecting. Yes. They weren't expecting that very decision, because year in, year out, decisions must continue to be made. And that is why I have said it with my full chest, that no matter what happens today, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has already set a good leverage that will beautify the nation called Biafra. So what happened? Immediately the third country withdrew. The fourth nation invited the third country to begin the discussion that has to do with Biafra. And that is their confusion. They were surprised. You see, the reason why Africa will never move forward is because of two countries. Yes, two countries. We may say three, but let me call two countries. You see, the United States of America and the British government, then the Arabian government. I am telling you the fact. That's the reason why they cannot move forward. And there's a reason for that. So, whatever that happens today, whatever that happens tomorrow, there is a big energy that one must sit to begin with. And when we have sit down to begin with, we can now tell ourselves freely, without lying to ourselves, that these three countries cannot continue to control the way we think, the way we behave, the way we act, the way we react. That is why I'm telling every Biafran, buckle up, your shoes are ready. Onyeno yogwane. You know the reason why I use that word, Onyeno yogwane, when you hear, tell your brother, is a reason. You will find out later. The third country has withdrawn themselves from the US Department. The third country, which is one of the most powerful countries, has withdrawn themselves from the US Embassy, owning fully well that they have supported a lot of brutality against Africans, against so many people, and equally against Biafrans. You see, this whole situation where someone is telling you lies about Biafra, that Biafra will be destroyed, that Biafra will be this, that Biafra will be that. One of the things I want to say here is very simple. We cannot commit ourselves to things that are not workable. We cannot commit ourselves to those things. We must stay committed on stuffs that crowns Biafrans and Biafran people. It has not started. You see, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has not started with these people. He said in 2024, I will show you what it means to be Biafra. I will show you what it means. Some of them doubted him. Some of them thought that he's exaggerating. The reason why the government are, telling you that that guy is a terrorist or is this, is that, is because they want you to fight him. It will be easy when the people are fighting him. When the government is fighting somebody, it's a little war, it's a little fight, it's not even up to a war. But when the people joins the government in fighting a person, it becomes a war heritage. So that is why they are giving so much negative impact. But why it's going to be very difficult to bring back somebody like Simon Ekpa to Nigeria is because Simon Ekpa, somebody has cleared the path. Yes. We saw what happened during the time of Nnamdi Kanu, how they bundled him back to Nigeria. This is the same thing they want to do to Simon Ekpa. So the third country has withdrawn themselves. And guess what? Once the third country has withdrawn themselves from the US department, what else are they waiting for? It's to join the Biafran restoration. So for some of you who are emotional, who come on my page to comment rubbish, wait for this information. In few months, in few weeks, in few days, you will hear it from the right source. Then I won't be seeing you around to correct that unnecessary lies you told about Biafra. We are going to continue to put ourselves together. We are going to continue to hold ourselves very tight in order not to be disrespected. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter who. What matters most is that we are already heading home. Because a lot of people are already noticing the lies. You see, the slave trade lasted for 400 years. If it takes 500 years, another 500 years for Biafra to come to pass, then we are ready. Because Biafrans cannot be slaves forever. There is a country called Biafra that was cleared by the European government. There was Biafra before Nigeria. There was Biafra before even the British existence in Africa. There was Biafra before even the British existence in their own country, in London, UK. We must fight back to get back that country. And I'm saying it with every full chest. He who fights for Biafra is not a terrorist, but a freedom fighter. When you know, you'll see one day.